Hi, I'm Christine Olsen here with your connection and a look at what's happening in North Texas. We are talking record-breaking heat in February. Samantha Davies has a look at how warm it will get. And a once-in-a-lifetime view, the airline giving some lucky passengers a sky seat to April's total solar eclipse. Have you stepped outside yet? It's pretty warm for February. Meteorologist Samantha Davies has more on the record heat and when it will start to feel like winter again.
We are talking about record-breaking heat not only today but tomorrow as well. Today is going to be the hottest day of the week, though, with high temperatures in the low 90s across Dallas-Fort Worth. If you're west of the area, high temperatures could climb into the mid and upper 90s. It is going to stay quite mild as we head into the nighttime hours as well. We'll have a south breeze and low temperatures that will be dropping into the upper 60s in DFW, mid 60s in more rural communities. Now, we've got warm temperatures in place, a gusty southwesterly wind today, and also we haven't really had a decent amount of rain in a while, so we do have a high risk for fire danger, especially along and west of I-35W. Looking at your 3-day forecast, it stays warm with record-breaking heat Monday and Tuesday, but a cold front Wednesday will make it feel like winter again. Highs will be in the mid-50s.
A driver crashed into someone's house late last night in Irving. It happened at around 11:30 at a house on the 1700 block of Anderson Street. Police say the driver and someone inside the home were hurt, but both are expected to be okay. The investigation is ongoing, but DWI charges are possible. Decatur ISD is set to talk about switching to a 4-day school week tonight. That district is about 45 minutes north of Fort Worth and is one of the action items for tonight's board meeting. It's at 6 at the Decatur ISD Administration Building on Kate Street. Several districts across the state have switched to the model, citing higher teacher retention as a motivating factor for that move. Delta is giving people another chance to see the total eclipse from the sky. The airline says it's added a second flight in the path of totality. Delta Flight 1010 will fly out of DFW Airport at 12:30 p.m. on April 8th and will land in Detroit. Delta says its first special flight sold out in less than 24 hours, and you can find all things eclipse on our website, NBCDFW.com. Students at Trinity Springs Middle School in Keller ISD are learning about history by acting it out and asking questions about the past. Education reporter Wayne Carter got a front row seat as Trinity Springs brags about their school.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get started.
Court is in session. On trial, colonists who threw snowballs at British soldiers, leading to the Boston Massacre.
So we were talking about how snowballs, that is not really an excuse to fire weapons, right?
This is living history at Trinity Springs Middle School, where students take on roles of people that are part of historical events, act them out, and argue their points. London Borish played the head British officer in the massacre, and despite her first name, she's not fully Team Great Britain.
I don't think he was completely in the right, but I think he was at the same time because they were doing stuff to, like, intimidate all the British soldiers. So it makes sense to me, but in other people's eyes, it doesn't.
The students not only take on the roles, but throughout the exercise, they have to think critically about what they're seeing and argue points. Most of the class thought the British soldiers were in the wrong. Aiden Adams wasn't so convinced.
All these guys are like, why'd you choose that? But I believe that the British, they acted in self-defense. Even though if what they used to act in self-defense was questionable, I think it's also questionable about how the colonists were handling the situation.
My job as their history teacher is to not only teach them the historical context, but to teach them to find those cause and effect relationships, those multiple viewpoints, and examine the evidence for themselves.
The students say being able to take on these roles doesn't just make test taking easier, but almost simple because of how much they retain.
If I read something, I get bored and it doesn't process, but when I can actually see it happen in front of me, it just is a lot better.
From the cranky judge to the sleepy bailiff, they all say it's had an impact, helping them master history and have fun all at the same time. Bragging about Trinity Springs Middle School, Wayne Carter in the classroom for NBC5.
And thanks for catching up with The Connection.